Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I'm Tim Mao and today I'm going to be comparing Ronson lighters to Imco lighters. I've got the Ronson lighters right here, the Imco lighters right here. So both of these types of lighters are in fact lighter fluid lighters, so they are actually quite similar to the Zippos that you might be familiar with. So both of these types of lighters are great choices. They're actually quite budget friendly for a casual collector or something. These are also very good for collecting. So for the Ronsons, they usually go for around 50 to 60 bucks, depending on the model. Here I've got all of these lighters are actually vintage. So actually you can find a lot of great deals on vintage lighters on like eBay or Kijiji. But yeah, Imco lighters, normally a vintage one goes for around 40 to $50, which is really quite budget friendly, especially when you consider in the quality of these Imco lighters. It's really quite an astounding price. Okay, so let's start with talking about these lighters, the Great Ronson lighters. Okay, so I'm going to pick one representative out of both of these types of lighters. So for the Ronson lighters, I'm picking this one. Okay, so the Ronson lighter obviously is a great lighter. I mean, it has built up such a trustable brand over the years, and I really think that their designs are very clever, definitely the first of its kind. Now, these lighters actually are very, very reliable. I mean, the one I've got right here at least has been hanging around for like 40 years. It still functions fine. I mean, I don't have any fluid inside it at the current moment, but it sparks fine. And here's the thing about these Ronson lighters. It's that the design makes it so that you flick it using this one button, and when you flick it, actually the cap goes up. So you really don't need two movements to light your lighter. So for example, with the Zippo, you have to open up the cap and also flick the flint to get it going. For this one, it's just one fluid motion. And honestly, I really think that these are actually pretty good for normal everyday use. If you're like, let's say, starting a fire or something, these are also good for that. And I mean, it's pretty standard. What I really like about these Ronson lighters is that it's super, super easy to replace the flint and also add in the fuel. But one thing I think that can be improved on is that it is very, very hard to get the cotton out of the lighter. So if you get if let's say you get dirt or something inside of the lighter, it is quite hard to get the cotton out of it to replace it. But that's really my only complaint. These lighters are overall very nice. And one thing you have to look out for, I would say, is that sometimes the mechanism inside this lighter, which is like this part, that makes it so that by one press of a button you can ignite the lighter. This mechanism right here, it tends to get kind of messed up sometimes. So you would have to know how to really kind of service this lighter to, if you want to own it for a long time. Now, it really is quite easy to understand how this mechanism works. I would say that you just have to be very careful when matching the small teeth and stuff like that inside, but you can figure it out. So, overall, a great choice for everyday use, for collecting. Overall, a great lighter. And I mean, come on, it's Ronson. Everyone knows about Ronson. You just can't go wrong with this brand. It's such a nice brand. Pretty much, I would say after Zippo, there are other a couple other lighter fluid lighter brands that are like definitely behind Zippo in popularity, but definitely Ronson would be like not that far behind Zippo. And they actually manufacture lighters to this day, which Imco, they actually cut production a couple years ago. But yeah, overall great little lighters. And also like they're very, very thin. So if you like put it inside your pocket, I mean, you'll barely notice it's there. Okay, so now from the Imco side of things, I'm gonna pick this one as our representative. So this one's a very, very good condition, vintage Imco lighter. Now these Imco lighters really are a thing of its own. I really dig these original designs. Now I know that a lot of Chinese manufacturers and stuff now they're starting to copy these designs, but I mean, come on, the original's always the best. These, those Chinese knockoff lighters will never match the quality of these actual Imco lighters. Now, same thing with these Ronson lighters. You can ignite the lighter with one fluid motion. So you pretty much just do this, and now I don't have fluid inside it, so wouldn't really work for this one. But you pretty much flick this little thing right here, and that'll pretty much spark the flint and also trigger the wick and start igniting it if you have fluid inside. Now, one thing I think is a very, very big plus to these lighters is that you can actually take out the insert. Oh, sorry. You can actually take out the insert and you can actually use it as a small candle type thing. Okay, so here I've taken out the insert. As you can see, this is actually the wick. So this is actually the thing that gets ignited. So let's say you need to light up a candle or something like that. Well, you use the flint to spark it, to ignite it. Then you take out the insert. You can do whatever you want with it. It's a very, very nice design, in my opinion. I think that, you know, it's quite unfortunate that Imco stopped manufacturing these lighters because honestly, they are very, very great. So I'm just gonna lay out which one is better in what circumstance. So I would say that for collecting, they're both pretty evenly matched because Imco actually doesn't manufacture its lighters anymore. So I would bet my money that over time it would definitely grow in price more than something like an average Ronson. But then again, Ronsons overall, they are known to manufacture lighters with higher price tags, so that may not be the case. But so for collecting, I think that they're both evenly matched. And personally, for my collection, I like a bit of everything. A bit of Ronsons, definitely Zippos, Imcos, and a bit of everything is what I like to have. And in terms of everyday use, actually, I would have to give it to the Imco, because see, sometimes you would not want to hold this down for as long as you need to light something. For example, if you want to start, let's say, I don't know, if you want to light a candle or something like that, you probably wouldn't want to hold it down like this for as long as it takes. Whereas with this one, I mean, you flick it, and if it ignites, then you can pretty much do whatever you want with it. For this one, you actually have to hold it down for as long as you need it to be ignited for. Now, for the Imcos, there is one downside though, and that I think that it's the quality of manufacturing. Obviously, it's pretty top of the line, but I would have to say that these feel better feel better inside of the hand, and also these are slimmer. So if you wanna, let's say, go somewhere and not not have to pay attention about the lighter that's hanging out in your back pocket, then this one's definitely the one to hang with. So overall, I would say that these both of these types of lighters are very, very good. If you're a lighter collector like I am, you definitely should invest in some of each kind, because they really are quite functional. I mean, you really need a lighter that's like that you can rely on, and both of these you can definitely rely on. So that pretty much wraps it up for this video. Hope you found it informative, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. And by the way, I'm gonna start uploading more from now on, so be sure to hit the bell button to be notified. So yeah, see you later.